Here we are again, Medina County, Texas, GMRS with our third Show Us Your Shack video. We've done, I'm going to just spin around here real fast. A lot of changes in my shack. I'm going to show you some detail, and I think we have 3 entries from some of our viewers who've sent in some of their cool pictures. So we hadn't done this in a while. I would like to keep it going. So any of you watching, if you want to send pictures of your shack or your GMRS desk, ham desk, whatever you want to call it, send it over to us and we'll get you on YouTube. Thanks for being here, and let's get spun around. All right, well, we're going to start on this side of the shack, and we'll get to that side in a second. That used to all be leatherworking stuff. We'll go all the way around the room. So if you've watched any of the videos before, I had the Vertex R70 here. We know that went by the wayside. It was on the, it went to the other side of the shack. Oh gosh, maybe 5-6 months ago when we put the big tower up. So this is just an old Radio Shack scanner that I won at a raffle. It's the Pro 2035. This is the 50X3 base station that we have here that is running strictly off of battery power. I do have it set up. If we need to hook it to an inverter, we can. That inverter is fixing to go. We're going to get a 30 amp set up just as a backup and to have a larger inverter. Everything else, well, no, I take that back. Everything isn't the same. So one of the React team members, he built me a computer, super duper computer. I know it's a lot faster than what I had before, and so we have it set up there for you know, just general use, programming radios, and you know, just whatever we need it for. It's a great computer. Everything up here is pretty much the same. I will tell you, I'm going to start liquidating some of the radios, some of these HTs. There's a few that I need, but I have found my favorites, and so any radios we get for testing are going to be given away going forward. I don't know if I've ever explained this to y'all, but me and my granddaughter, we got into mini brands, and so she thinks they're cute. And then everything else is stuff that has been given to me by friends, family. So if you send anything and I like it, you're going to find it on this shelf here. Just kind of a memory, you know, memories, stuff like that. The old Radio Shack CB radio, got a Cobra here, a few mics. Of course, the internet antenna, Wi-Fi antenna for this computer. So that's kind of this side of the shack. Let's see. Over here, we got some React stuff going on. I got Redivus hat that was given to me. 50-foot cable for programming vehicles from this PC. Just run the cable out the door. You don't have to take apart the radio or bring it in the shack. Some of my, oh, I didn't show you those. So that's my React Oxcom 1 certificate. I have a few others up here. Let's see. This was our first dollar donated to the React team. I got my cert certificate. I got my G300 certificate. G400's coming soon. A thank you note from the city of Hondo for working an event, which I thought was cool. Some extra antennas. Sorry, I'm kind of going back and forth. There's a lot of crap in here. So coming back to this side, this is just kind of a, I was showing somebody the coverage of the 2 repeaters we have here in Medina. The Medina Lake, it's a little bit bigger than that. So got my cert patch, got my React patch, some extras, decals for our cars. I'm going to come down here to this repeater. I don't think I went into great detail on it, but this is a VXR 7000 that I was given a really good deal on. It was struck by lightning in the past, so the AC side is blown out. It works only off of DC. So let me come down here and show you how it's running. That's the power supply for it. And the power supply runs to this transfer switch, which the transfer switch then goes to these 4 batteries. If the power shuts off, that transfer switch automatically switches it to batteries with no interruption to the VXR 7000. So we're good on either side. It's tripped a few times over the past couple of weeks when we had storms coming through. So we know it works. I'll post the brand of this transfer switch. I think it was like 70 or 80 bucks. Very easy to install. And you know, if you have a need for a setup like that, that is a very easy transfer switch to set up. So that's how that is running. So we had the Vertex R70 rack mount, but what we did is traded it for another VXR 7000. This VXR 7000, both the AC and DC side work. So this is going to be a backup unit. We have some other plans for it. Moving across the top, that is a BTEC UV50X3 that we are going to be raffling off later today. It was a extra unit that I bought. I raffled off 40 tickets, and so we're gonna, I wasn't trying to make a dime off of it, just get my money back since it was extra. So we'll have a lucky winner here within the next couple of days. Going back to this, sorry I'm bouncing around. We're fixing to hook this VXR 7000 to that box, which is then hooked to this PC. This is one of the Panasonic Tough Pads. You can see we got Zello on it already. We're just waiting to get it wired up. So we're testing out the K-Sun internet radio. Once we get it all hooked up, had to have a special cable made for the VXR 7000. They did not have an offering for it, so I'll post a link to the fella I ordered it for. I think it's repeaterbuilder.com. Mr. Zimmerman, a very great guy, very fast in his work, and very reasonably priced. So if you ever need anything, cables built or anything, he's your guy to call. Put an extra little fan blowing down on the repeater. It's never gotten hot all the times we've used it, but you can't ever have it cool enough, right? Let's see, what else do we have here? All sorts of stuff to work, putting connectors on coax. We've got, like I said, we've got this computer set up. I can program radios from it. This is the jerk and run. You can pop this up and it pulls out, and it looks like a tablet, but it's actually a PC. Got that from my good friend Mark Tyndall. He sells a bunch of equipment like that, so if you're in need of anything like that, BTEC radios, Redivus radios, he's your guy to email. I'll flash his email up as well. Of course, we got the bird sitting there and just a bunch of extra stuff, but that's kind of the long and short. Bunch of React stuff. We have a Go box there for public events. We have a Go box down there for operations. So that's over here, coming back over here, extra wire. We've got programming cables, extra coax. So this is kind of the shack these days. It's expanded a lot, and just figured I'd show it to you. If you have any questions, put them in the comments and I'll get them answered for you. Yes, I have my coffee. Oh, there it is. I had my coffee today from good old Bill Miller's. But if you have any questions, post them in the comments. What we're going to do now is switch over to some of the pictures our viewers have sent and show you what they've got going on. Once again, send me your pictures if you'd like them posted on a video. We can blur out anything you want blurred out, or you can blur it out before you send it to me. I know a lot of you like to keep your stuff private, so anything that's in the picture you send that you don't want shown, just blur it out or tell me to blur it out and I will. All right, let's go check them out. See you in just a second. All right, we have 3 Show Us Your Shack entries on this go-around. The first set of pictures is from Mr. Jeffrey. He's WRPZ 357. In his email, he said, I have a Motorola repeater on 462-600 +5 and will soon be changing the tone to 141.3. It's currently located in, I think it's Balot, at 26 feet high. He said he has intentions of having it moved to an antenna tower site about 4 miles from his home, located on the highest ridge in Houston County. Houston County is north of the city of Houston. I'm going to say by 60 or so miles, looking at the map. Once he gets it moved there, it'll be sitting at 80 plus feet as soon as it's completed. He's thinking it should allow coverage between Crockett and Grapeland, Texas, as it'll be halfway between those two towns. So here is a picture of the two Motorola's he has set up as his repeater. You see the duplexer mounted there. Got your power supply, the whole 9 yards. That looks good, Jeffrey. This is the tower it's currently on. I'm going to tell you from this view, that looks higher than 26 feet. I sure as hell would want to climb it. And then we get a picture of Mr. Jeffrey in his shack. Looks like he's got some cool equipment back here behind him. And thanks for sending those in. Jeff, you're going to have to let us know once you get it to the 80-foot plus mark and let us know how it performs. I'm also curious, if you can email me, how many watts are you getting after the duplexer on this unit? From experience, I've learned it doesn't need to be a lot of wattages. It just needs to be higher. All right. The next set of pictures is from Be Ready Every Day. Says, hi, Don. He said, I just stumbled across Show Us Your Shack video while browsing through YouTube this morning. Thought I'd send in my simple setup as an example of what can be done cheaply and easily. Excellent. I am blessed to be on some high-ish ground near SeaWorld, so he's here local to us in the San Antonio area, including the details, so you have them if you choose to use this info. If you send it, sir, we're going to use it. He said, so I get decent line of sight for a good distance. As a ham operator, I use a Radioddity GA510. He said the same radio being sold by Baofeng, Redivis, and TID Radio with an external microphone on my desk for two reasons. Number one, the front panel buttons are easy to use while it sits on the stand. And number two, it runs 6 to 7 watts on VHF and almost 10 on UHF. He said he can do transmit and receive to ham repeaters in the medical center from the SeaWorld area. And he said he does receive transmissions from the Dunley GMRS repeater here in Castroville. He says, I monitor GMRS on this radio and transmit using my TID radio most of the time. The TDH5 is my everyday carry. I have a review on that radio, and it is a good one. He says, I continue to hope that carrying and monitoring will result in more contacts and conversation via GMRS. The radio is attached to a dual-band mag-mount antenna on a cookie sheet. Let me see if I can jump to that picture. That good old, well, let's see. There it is. Good old cookie sheet. And it is in his office in the corner of his house. He said plenty of length in the coax to reach the radios on his desk. And let's see, I think those were the radios on his desk. That's where the antenna sits up on the shelf. And then that's a close-up of the antenna. So good looking setup there, sir. And thank you for sharing your pictures. This next picture, it's a single picture, but this is my buddy Mark, who owns Radio Tac Communications. He is north of San Antonio a little ways. If you need any type of radio equipment, he's a dealer for Baofeng Tech, so BTech, for Redivis. He does night vision equipment, thermal imaging equipment. He sets up at a lot of the local gun shows. So if you're needing any type of radio equipment, please give Mark an email. It's radiotac@gmail.com. But here is a picture of his desk. And I'm going to zoom in on this one because look who he has on the on his computer there, MedinaCountyTexasGMRS. Appreciate that, Mark. You can see he has my old R70. We did a little trading. He's got a VXR 7000 that he has set up. Got all sorts of HTs going on here. He's got another Panasonic Toughbook. He's got a tablet to view certain things on. Has his GMRS radio here. I could spend hours going over what he has on his desk, but he's a great guy, and if you're needing some radio equipment and you're here local, he'll be able to help you out. Just shoot him an email. So those are our submissions for this Show Us Your Shack, and want to thank everybody for sending the pictures in. I hope you enjoyed seeing the way my shack has been reset up, and hopefully this will give you some ideas and helping you get yours set up. Thanks for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. We're about to have a net here on the Dunley repeater here in about an hour or so, and so I got to get set up for that. I hope you all have a great evening, and thanks for watching.